Hi there. Today I want to talk about why a 55 and over senior living community may not be the best idea. And I'm going to talk about the pros and cons, so be right back. My name is Karen O'Brien and I am a real estate broker associate with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Commonwealth in the Boston area. And today on Boston and the Burbs, I am going to talk about over 55 communities and why it may or may not be a good idea. Usually, if someone is going to sell the big house, they will move to a condominium or maybe a retirement community. And most retirement communities that are continuing care, meaning you start independently. If you need assistance as time goes by, it's provided. You also have access to rehab and memory care. Price structure is different at every place. But a 55 and over community means one of you, if it's a couple, has to be 55 years old. Everyone there is 55 or over. So that means you're moving to more or less a condominium and everyone is older than you or 55, 65, 75, even 85. And what does that exactly mean? Well, you may have the latest things if it's a new environment, and it could be a beautiful community, but what does it really offer? Why would this community be any different than a luxury condominium? You probably will have an activities room or a club room. You'll probably have a gym. You might have a pool. Most luxury condominiums have the same thing. Unless there's any kind of senior services, I personally don't see the benefit for you. I do see a con, meaning a negative. As a real estate agent, when you go to sell that community, you can advertise it like crazy, but the only people that can buy from you have to be 55 years old. So someone in their 30s or 40s, it's just out of the question. So you may find it takes a little longer to sell that property. The pluses are the closets in the apartment probably have lights in them. There'll be a walk-in shower rather than a tub. If it's more than one story, there'll be an elevator. And there'll be a great security system and maybe even an emergency call button. Should be near transportation, because at some point, if you can't drive, you want to be able to get around. It also should have easy access to groceries and errands. First of all, there is a restriction on visitors. So if you have visitors that aren't over 55, there is definitely a limit on how long they can stay with you. Grandchildren, you lose a little bit of freedom there. But of course there won't be kids running around in the complex. With all these restrictions, then by all means check around and look for the things that I mentioned. But if you want to not move twice, meaning, so what if you turn 80 and you have mobility issues and you eventually have to move somewhere where you get some care? If you move once, it might be a lot easier for you, and that's where continuing care retirement communities come in. I recommend a few. There are all different price levels, and I have another video that talks about the top 5 luxury communities in the Boston area. So check that out and consider looking into a continuing care retirement community. The financials will be different with everyone. Some are rentals, some are purchases, some include assisted living when you need it. A lot of them don't. So if you think the fees are low and reasonable, look into the fine print and decide at what age you may need a little bit of help and what it's going to cost. You probably need a spreadsheet to figure this out. If you can't afford it, the all-inclusive is a great deal for peace of mind. You can have an aid, even just a little bit every day, and continue to live a full and rich life with the same friends, and hopefully spend your last days at the community that you have built up. Now, if you move in your 70s, you will tend to make friends and have a great community. If you wait until you're having health issues, that changes the dynamic. So just so you know, think these things through. My name is Karen. I am a real estate broker with 12 years experience in the senior living industry. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them at the bottom of the video and send me a question if you like. I post every Wednesday on all things real estate and local towns in the Boston area. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.